So, dear students, we are in BBA third semester, personality development, one subject. This is a 2-credit course, means only 50 marks are allotted for this subject in this semester. In this one, in this subject, 40 marks will be given for external semester end examination and 10 marks for internal examinations. So, before we start this personality development, I am asking you a question. What do you mean by personality? In our daily life, we will use the word personality several times. See, if a beautiful girl or if a handsome boy we see, means we will say that that person has a beautiful personality or a handsome personality. But what do you mean by personality? Can anybody say what is personality?
Bunch of qualities.
Very good, bunch of qualities. Very good. Very good, simple and sweet definition. See, simply saying, in other words, personality implies how we react in the society, how we interact with others in the society. That is what we mean by saying personality. Okay. Suppose I told that I will take class at 6:50, but because of internet connection, internet problem, or because of other personal problem, I am unable to take the class. Let us take for example. See, in the 26 members students class, somebody will receive it positively, then the others may receive it negatively. Sir has cheated us, or Sir has intimated something and he has done another thing. Whereas some may understand me properly. Maybe Sir may be having a technical issue, or because of personal problems, Sir may not be able to take now. Let us read on our own. You may think like that. So, personality implies how that shows your personality. Means how we react in the society, how we interact with others in the society. See, when I came to your class, I told that I mentioned that I will take class personality development 1 class today. In the evening, I will explain the important topics in personality development I mentioned. Some of you have taken it positively, and others may not have, all of you may not have taken it positively. So some of you showed some inclination to interact with me in the classroom itself. Okay, sir, we are ready to hear you. Whereas some did not see my face at all. Means it shows your personality, how whether you want to interact with others, how you are going to interact with others in the society. So how you react to different situations in the society and how you interact with others in the society. That is what is determining factor in personality. Is it clear? So personality, in general sense, in normal life, we assign a beauty value to it. But in a real sense, it is not beauty. It is inner beauty. In our daily life, we think that external beauty is personality. But really speaking, truly speaking, personality implies inner beauty. How we react to various situations in life, how we interact with others in the society. That is what constitutes personality. Is it clear? Did you understand the concept of personality?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you see personality, that the definition, whatever I mentioned, that part is here. Okay. How an individual reacts and interacts with others in the society. That is what you mean by saying personality. Okay. So personality is defined as the deeply ingrained and relatively enduring pattern of thought, our thoughts, our feelings, and our behavior. These three together comprises of personality of an individual. Okay. So personality is determined by 3 major factors. One is heredity. Means from parents, it will come. From grandparents, from parents, or from our ancestors, it will come. So that mainly it comes in physical characteristic features. Means our height is determined by our hereditary factor. Our skin color is determined by hereditary factors. Okay, our muscle composition, our energy level, and our biological rhythms all are determined by hereditary factors. So personality is determined by majorly by hereditary factors. Okay. So then environmental factors, how we are brought up in the society, our surroundings, our neighborhood, our friend circle, our peer group circle. So all these factors have an influence on personality. And then ultimately situation. See, I may behave well in front of all, but if you in front of only a few, or only if in front of a single person, I may behave different in a different way. So it depends on the situation. So personality is determined by hereditary factors, is determined by environmental factors, and is determined by situational factors. See, with my principal, I will behave in a different manner. With an attender, I will behave in a different manner. Because the situation. So with my superior, I will behave in a different way. With my inferior, I may behave in a different way. So personality is nothing but it shows how a person reacts and interacts with others, and it comprises of thoughts, feelings, behavior, and emotions of an individual. Okay, it generally implies to all what is unique. Unique means something special. Nobody can be like you. You cannot be like any other person in this world. Okay, so personality is determined by hereditary factors, environmental factors, and situational factors. This is what you mean by saying personality. Did you understand? Or any doubts? Did you understand the concept of personality? What are the factors influencing, determining personality? Did you understand? Is it clear? Yes, please respond. Is it clear? Karthik, yes, sir. Aditya, yes, sir. Okay, right. Fine. Shall we move to next topic? I am moving to next topic. Okay. Sandeep Kumar, yes, sir. Now you see communication. See, what do you mean by communication? What is communication? See, if I ask you a question, whether I am going to take class today at 6:50, whether the communication reached you, I will ask. You will say that, no, sir, nobody gave us any communication. We did not receive any communication. Somebody may say. So what do you mean by communication? What is communication? Yes, what is communication? What do you mean by communication? Anybody can type in the chat box also. What is communication? Communication in simple words, in simple
information.
Very good. Sending of information
to
from one person to another person.
one to another.
The transformation of information, the transmission of information from one person to another person is communication. See, now you can see. In the afternoon, I came to your class and I mentioned that in the evening I will take class. So I communicated with you. Firstly, I interacted with you in the classroom. Then in WhatsApp, I have sent a message at 6 o'clock that I am going to take class at 7 o'clock or 6:50 p.m. So in this communication, I used two mediums. Okay. Those two mediums, one is direct communication with you. And another one is I have used the cell phone. So that is media here. So first of all, in communication, two persons are required, one sender, one receiver. See here in our process of communication, I am the sender and you are the receivers. You received my message. Directly you received my message once, and indirectly through cell phone you received my message. So sender will send his message with the help of media. The media may be telephone, the media may be cell phone, the media may be newspaper, the media may be any other email, the media may be any other source through which I can send my message. So sender will prepare his message, will take the help of media. It may be print media, it may be electronic media. Okay, then he will transfer his message and receiver will receive, and the receiver will come into action. See, now you received message from me and Your action is you have attended the class. That is your action. Did you understand the process? This is the process of communication. See, sender will send a message with the help of media. That media maybe broadly can be classified into two categories. One is print media and another one is electronic media. See, nowadays you can see those admissions have started into degree colleges. See, the various colleges involved, they have prepared the pamphlets and they are circulating to the student community. So that is print media. Okay, college code, what are the courses available, how many seats are available, everything they are mentioning. That is with the help of print media, they are transferring message. Okay, the same message, if it is sent to through WhatsApp, that becomes electronic message. So sender will prepare his message and will take the help of a media. It may be print media, it may be electronic media, and the message is sent to receiver. And receiver will react to it, will act to it. Now you have acted and you have attended the class. And those who did not attend, they did not act. So based on your action, you will give feedback to me. Means whether my class, you liked it or not, you will say to me. That is your feedback. Whether you understood my class or not, that you will send a feedback. The topics, whether you understood or not, you will send it to me. That is feedback. So this will go on from sender to receiver. Messages will come. And again, at the end, receiver will send back something to the sender. That is feedback. Did you understand? This is the process of communication. Is it clear? Did you understand? Are there any doubts?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Now next. See, you can see. See, communication is effective. Effective communication you will use when you understand the receiver understands the message properly. See, suppose I have sent the message in the WhatsApp group at 6:50, I will take class. See, immediately after sending of my message, at 6:10 only some students joined and a message came to my mail. Your student is waiting in a Zoom. Means the message, the student who attended at 6:10 only, he did not understand the message properly. So that is not effective communication. You will call effective communication when the message is properly understood by the receiver. Similarly, only then if the receiver understands it properly, only then my purpose is fulfilled. My purpose is satisfied. Otherwise, if the person did not understand my message properly, my purpose is not fulfilled. Okay. Now you see, so the same diagram. See, sender, he will prepare his message with the help of media. He will send to receiver, and receiver will react and will send feedback to the sender about the information. This is the process of communication. Okay. So effective communication, when these two are fulfilled, it becomes effective communication. Though what are the two conditions? When the message is properly understood and the purpose of the sender is fulfilled. Then you will say that the communication is effective between sender and receiver. Okay. See, what is the importance of effective communication? So this is the importance of effective communication. Okay. See, better response. If effective communication is there, it will lead to better response from all stakeholders. Means you are the stakeholders in the classroom. I am the stakeholder in the classroom. So if my message is understood properly, everybody will attend. So better response I will receive. So when communication is there, it will solve the problems very quickly. If there is improper communication, it will not be able to solve problems. Okay, it will help in strong decision making. If effective communication is there, it will help in strong decision making. If there is no proper communication, if there is improper communication, if there is not properly designed and executed communication, it will not lead to proper decision making or strong decision making. When communication is there, it will increase productivity. Means it will reach our objectives. It will see to it that we reach the objectives. Okay. Whenever effective communication is there, in the workflow, consistency will be there. Means systematically our workflow will be there. Okay. When communication is there, it will help in strong business relation. If there is no proper communication, leader cannot lead, manager cannot control, controller cannot control, director cannot supervise. So in order to maintain strong business relations, effective communication is necessary. So in order to control in a better way, see, in a 60-member class, if my voice is not clear, only for front row students only, my voice is reaching, then I cannot control the other students who are sitting from second bench to the last bench. If I do not reach them, I cannot control the class. If my voice is loud and clear, if there is clarity in my voice, then I can have a better control over the entire classroom or the students. Okay. So similarly, when effective communication is there, advanced professional image will be there for the organization. See, if I am unable to take the class properly, if my voice is not clear, not exact, then what you will say when you go to outside, if your friend who is a junior to you, if they now I mentioned, no, those admission process is going on. If they ask means what you will say? No, my sir will not teach nicely because he gave majority of the lecturers are unable to communicate with us properly. Their voice is not clear. So professional image will be damaged if there is no proper communication. If there is effective communication, more image will be there. That is goodwill will be there for the organization. So this is about effective communication. I hope you understood the 3 topics. Again, I am mentioning in this class, we have learned about first about personality. What are the personality determinant factors? Okay. Then secondly, we learned about the process of communication. What is communication and what is the process of communication we have learned. And thirdly, what is the importance of effective communication? So these 3 topics we discussed. In the next class, some more topics we will discuss. Thank you very much, dear students.